Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to It's a King Thing, guys, with Miss Ray. And I'm Ray, of course. This morning I sent out you guys a little inspiration, showing you guys the water and saying, how good God is. But let me just tell you, let's talk about grief. Because no sooner did I send that out to you guys, this grief came over me. And nothing happened to my knowledge. I know what triggered me, um, but it wasn't a person. But there's this song and certain things that trigger me about my mother and triggers my grief. And for those who haven't read the book that I wrote about it, it's called "You Never Know How Strong You Are Until God Tests." Not test with an S, test you. Because it was that one test that took me out. That one test that I thought I would never make it through. So, in the book I wrote about it and what she meant to me and how I didn't think I would make it and how God kept me in spite of me. Um, and this morning, that somebody had played this song. I said, I always love my mama. Let me tell you, I have been triggered ever since that song. Every single time I hear it, even if I only listen to the first few words before I can skip it, it just takes me to a place of sheer loss. And grief, grief is a motherfucker. It can come when you having the bestest. I know that's not a word, but I'm saying it. The bestest of days. It just comes in and it takes your soul. It'll come out of nowhere when you least expect it. I am sitting in the most beautiful place, and that grief has come in and has robbed me of my peace today. People always tell you, you'll get over it. They are a fucking lie. You never get over it. It becomes bearable, tolerable, but you never get over it. So I don't want you to think that it's been this long, you got to stop this, and it's been this long, and you can't feel that. Because it's a lie until somebody has walked in your shoes, not their shoes, your shoes. Tell them to mind their business. Everybody didn't have the kind of relationship that I had with my mother. They didn't, and I get it. I understand it, and I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you because even though the grief comes, I'm grateful to have loved somebody that just loved me unconditionally, good, bad, or indifferent. Ride or die, that was her. I never imagined living my life without my mother. That was never, ever, ever, ever in my plan. I always told her, how I wanted to go. I said, cremate me and bury me near a club so I can hear some music. Like, put me in something fly and red and cremate me in by a place so I could hear some music. And she would say, girl, don't say that. Like, mommy, I'm going to go before you. I'm gonna go before you. And she was like, you don't know that. You're not going before me. And I was like, yes, I am. I gotta go before you because God know I can't make it without you. That was what I said, and that was what I stood on. And boy, did God have a different plan in mind. Grief will, it'll make you say things to people that you don't mean. It will make you do things that you don't want to do because you just start acting out of control. I am lucky and I'm grateful and I'm blessed that I no longer do those things. But grief affects different people in different ways. You can't tell a person how to grieve. You can't tell a person how long they should grieve. You don't know what's going on inside that person. I tell everybody to get grief counseling. And not to say this it's a cure all because it's not, but it is a tool to help. It's a tool to help with your coping mechanisms. And some people need medication. I was grateful. I'm grateful I don't take medication. Um, I just, grief will come in and just fuck your day up. I swear, I'm sorry, y'all. I just, oh God, it's, woo, it has really, for no reason, none. No one has done anything to me. I had good food this morning. I showed you my view. It is amazing, and I'm sitting in my room just looking at water and listening to water from the rain. And all of a sudden, that song came on, and it just triggered me. And it triggered me to a place of I just want to cry and say I want my mama. And if I can't be transparent with y'all, who I cannot be transparent with, like who can I really be my authentic self? But I always tell you guys, I never did this podcast to be famous or to be rich. I did it so that somebody else knows that there is someone else out there that's going through the same things. You're not by yourself. And maybe when I was going through this, if there was something like this when I was going through, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. Maybe I would have attempted suicide. Maybe I would have thought like I was all alone. Maybe I would have just felt like I could have called on somebody. So that's what I do it for. So don't think because you see me in movies and on TV and hanging out with these people that I got it all together. Because I'm just as human as you. I'm just as flawed as you. I'm just grateful that God continues to keep me in spite of myself. And, you know, I don't always do right. I try very hard to do right. But I don't always do right. I tell y'all, I'm halfway between nuck if you buck and praise is what I do. So be careful how you approach me. Some days you may catch me out in traffic and I may be nice and personal. Hey, how you doing? Sure, we can take a picture, blah, 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 blah. And some days I'm like, baby, today I don't really feel like it. So if you're up for a lot of conversation, I'm not with it. If you want a picture here you go. All right. And you might catch me there. I don't want no damn pictures because I don't have to take them. And that's the problem that y'all have with people in the industry. You think because we're in the industry, we have to take pictures. No, we don't. Let's be clear. No, we don't. What we have to do is get on that camera and do our job. That is it, and that is all. We got to bring those characters to life, and that's it. Once that camera says cut, we off work. So don't think because you see us in the mall or at Starbucks or at Whole Foods that we really owe you a picture because we don't. And we have problems just like every freaking body else. We got bills to pay like everybody else. We got family members that ain't shit just like everybody else. We got family members and people that just keep sucking you and want to suck you dry like a succubus. I said what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. So please, just if anybody in the industry doesn't want to give you a picture, just understand you don't know what went on with their day. You ain't always in the best of moods and spaces either. So, if they say no, accept their no because you don't know what went on with them that made them say no. You don't know if somebody took a picture, photoshopped them, and put them in something else, took the picture that you had and tried to sell it. You don't know what makes them not want to be pictured. So be understanding and say, okay, I get it. They ain't in the mood today. All right, respect that. Respect that. Now, most people will just be happy if you look at them, acknowledge that you know who they are, and say, okay, and keep it pushing. You got some that, oh, it's getting wet. You got some that will just be like, hey, how you doing? And they will take a picture, but just won't. I've met a couple, and a lot of times I don't even ask for pictures because they're bigger stars. I'm not a star. I just work a little bit. But they stars. I mean, they stars. Like, ran him in Whole Foods. Now, I don't love Mr. Morgan. I think he was great as, I forgot his name on that show with Kerry Washington. His name, M, whatever his name was. He was Kerry Washington's dad on the show. I can't think. He had this funny name because he created this whole mafia type situation. But anyway, and I see Mr. Morton in Whole Foods. He looked at me. I looked at him. He knew that I knew who he was. But sometimes when you acknowledge who somebody is, it makes other people start coming around. So, we did a little, I see you. And that's what it was. He appreciated that more than, oh my God, can I get a picture? Now everybody looking like, who is he? They don't like all that. When you got something like attention, I don't really deal with those kinds. But you got something like attention, and they don't mind. You bring it to everybody's attention that they are who they are. I don't, I don't do that because sometimes they just want to be normal people, and you have to accept that. They got their own grief. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I look at Regina King and how she's now speaking about her grief and how it's changed her. When she said how it's changed her, I truly understood because you don't understand how it is to lose that one person, and specifically the way she lost her person. I know that just took all the air out of her lungs. I get it. I get it. I felt that way about my mother, but I can't imagine feeling the way about a child that I lost. I would probably be in a nut ward somewhere. Yeah, I said what I said. Because you do everything, you give them everything, you want them to have everything, you protect them, and then you lose them. You're like, wait, this is not how this is supposed to go. So grief is dangerous. Grief makes people commit suicide. Grief makes people commit murder because they're mad, and you know they're mad at the world, not so much at the victim, but they just survived. They're mad at essentially they're probably mad at God, but hey, but they're taking it out on everybody else, and it's not everybody else's fault. Instead of going to get some counseling and some understanding and some clarity and some coping mechanism and some coping skills, and maybe a drug to help them cope. Because again, like I said, grief is a motherfucker. It is. It just let me just tell you how it went down this morning. I woke up, I prayed, I told God, thank you for all the blessings. Thank you for blessing my family, people that I love and care about. Continue to bless us. Thank you for me and my mind, being under my own control. I can move my limbs on my own with no pain. That's like my morning little ritual with God because all those things are gifts that He don't have to give me because there was days when I could not walk. There were days when the pain was so bad. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, I need something help." So I'm grateful for every single day that I wake up, and I could move my limbs without pain. I could move my limbs on my command and nobody else's. Nobody has to come in here and lift my leg for me. Nobody has to come in here and help me out the bed. So I'm grateful every day. And so then I opened my blinds and I looked out and saw all this beautiful water and I was in a good space. That damn song came on and I only heard I always love my mama. That was it. I turned it off. But just hearing those few words, what is it, six? Just took me out. It just triggered me. Because then the song starts playing in my head. And I can't stop it. It won't stop. It just keeps playing. Because I will always love my mama. She was my favorite girl. And I wouldn't wish this type of grief on my worst enemy. It's kind of like you don't want your kids to love you like this because you know eventually you're going to get your wings and you don't want your kids to feel the same type of pain that you feel. Now, preferably, my kids will have had, well, I was going to say, well, preferably my kids will have had me longer than I have my mother. However, my daughter has definitely had me longer than I have my mom, which is a blessing. Which is a blessing. Because I only had my mother for 26 years. 26 years is all I had. And I wouldn't trade a single day. I would wish I could have more time. Of course. She did give me a wonderful godmother who I love beyond any words I could ever explain. I remember she told my mom told my godmother, she said, now listen, Nicole gets her ass in some shit. So she said, we don't hear from her. You better call and check on her because she's probably doing some shit she got no business doing. That was my mother. So if you guys are lucky enough to have your parents, your mother or your father, whichever, make sure you love them because you only get one. And they're not perfect. We are not perfect parents. You guys don't come with those dark training manuals. We do the best we can and try to do better than we got. That's all. Just it's not easy to be a parent, a real parent, a hands-on, involved parent. Not no goddamn YouTube or reality TV parent. There's a distinct difference. That shit is not real. I need y'all to stop believing it's not real. When your kids are sick in the morning, sick at night, sick in the middle of the night, it's you there by yourself with your kid trying to figure it out. When your kids fighting for their life, it's you there. Nobody but you and God. That's what a parent does. You know. I remember when I moved after I had my daughter, which I think was really my mother's baby, but I mean, I used to live in Philly and New York, and she didn't miss a birthday. She got on the plane. She missed not one birthday. Did you hear me? That grandbaby, because that was her baby. And she taught my baby how to curse. My mama was a motherfucker. Boy, I tell you. Ebony, Ebony. And I'm looking at my mom, she said, and she called it Everglade. Everglade. She said, shit. I look at my mama. We at a grocery store. We in a grocery store in the suburbs of Pennsylvania. And she teaching the baby how to cuss. And Ebony following right behind what her grandmother said. And then, she had this hunk of cheese, and Ebony's loving cheese. And she dropped the cheese, and she said, "Oh shit, Grandma!" I looked at my mom and said, "Doc gonna kill us when we get home." I'm mad the baby used it in the right context. She was one. To this day, her vocabulary is exceptional. Grief is it's a motherfucker, y'all. It really is. It make you wanna. I need a drink or I need a pill. It make you wanna get high, and I don't. It I see how people become addicts because they're simply trying to numb the grief. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as numbing the grief. You have to learn how to deal with it and live with it. And it's a bitch. As I sit here, really just knowing that my mother is watching me and she's probably sad that I'm crying again. But she knows that I love her. I never, some people have regrets that they didn't spend time with their parents or they didn't do for their parents. I don't have any of those things. I'm grateful. I am so grateful I don't have any of those regrets. Shout out to my girl Tabitha Bradley. Let's see if she have her mother because when I hear Tab talk about her mom, and I'm like, I needed to hear that because we can have a kind of relationship like that. It is so important. You have no regrets. Treat your parents good while you got them. Because when they go, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. I don't have those problems. I just wish I had more time. I didn't have enough time. Life is short. And you don't know your expiration date. So live it to the fullest. If you don't, when it's over, it's over. You don't get a do-over. You don't get a, oh, wait, I didn't get to do this, I didn't get to do that. That's not how it works. Grief is a mother. It just comes out of nowhere. It just fucks your day up. But I'm not gonna let it fuck my day up today. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes to get out my system. Because you can't wallow in it. You have to just let it out and go on about your day. And I don't tell you how to do anything that I don't do. Which is why I come on here to tell you guys what I'm going through. Because grief will come out of nowhere, and because for those of you who read the book and know my story, you guys know that when I was in the thick of it, I did attempt suicide twice. But God, I'm not there anymore. I'm grateful. It doesn't mean I don't still have the grief though. And it doesn't mean that all my days are sunny, because they're not. As you can see today, and this is why I'm on here. Yeah, you see me on Instagram, on TV, on in the different movies or whatever. But there are some days that I have to coax myself to get into character because I can have had one of those triggers. I always know when my mother is talking to me because there'll be certain songs that will come on either the radio or Spotify or Pandora that never play except when she's talking to me. Or I'll find a dime. Shout out to Tabitha Brown again. Or I'll find a dime and I'll know that she's talking to me. So, guys, love yourself. Love yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to your parents. If you find yourself needing some assistance, please dial 988. That's the suicide prevention hotline. It's open 24/7. They have a website. I don't have it right now off the top of my head. I believe it's 988 Lifeline, or just Google it. Um, there is someone there 24/7. Please don't give up. Don't give out. You can reach me. You can call me. You can text me. You can email me. You can go on the website. It's thekingthing2021.com. There's a contact on there. You can go on Instagram. Send me a message. You can go on TikTok. Send me a message. I will respond. I will respond. But I don't want anyone to ever feel what I felt back then. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're alone and no one will come to them. Like, that's a horrible place to be in. And it's a dark place. And I don't want anybody to ever feel that. So I just want you to know I will respond. And there are people who care, and there are people who are there for you that will respond and come see about you. You're not alone. You are not alone. I think that, seeing how, grief could do you wrong, but if I would have succeeded in what I was attempting to do, I would not have my fine son. Be fine. Be fine. Little grandbabies that y'all know I love and adore. I didn't have them. And if I did, they wouldn't know me because I wouldn't have been here. I would not have been around the world. I would not have achieved my paralegal. Getting ready to go and study for the bar. I would not have achieved my homeless foundation. I shouldn't say it like that. I would not have achieved my foundation where I feed the homeless, making care bags for them. I would not have written a book. I would not be currently working on the script to the book. I wouldn't be on the TV show that you see me on, the movies that you see me in, had I succeeded. I wouldn't have all the great friends that I have that I can call on had I succeeded. I just always give God the glory. Give God the glory because He didn't have to at all. And I'm grateful that He did. Because some can't say the same. Some succeeded. My best friend Leon Wiggins III, he succeeded. He left me right here without him. So God kept me so that I could share with you not to give up, not to give out. That though it didn't start today, I promise you the sun will come out tomorrow if you don't give up, okay? I love you guys. Keep smiling. Don't give up. Don't give out. Here's some Ray, some Ray. Woo. Thank you for coming to the podcast. It's a King thing. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes. Okay? You guys have an amazing day. And if you don't, don't you dare go mess up anybody else's. In the words of my girl Tabitha Brown.